On December 3rd, 2023, YouTuber Lil Red Heidi Hood uploaded one of the most terrifying camping encounters I've ever seen. Heidi is a well-known outdoors YouTuber. She does everything from hunting to camping and fishing. But for this particular trip, she went out deer hunting alone. And what happened out there is something she won't forget anytime soon. Take a look.
You guys, that's insane. That thing was literally like nose to nose with me, and I freaked out and I said boo. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. I saw him running from like so far away, and he came literally straight to me, and my blind window is like all the way down, and he literally came and like looked in the window like at my face, and he was like making me this. I don't know what he was gonna do. I was so scared. I should have probably waited and just seen like what he was gonna do, but man, that was crazy. It's like the only thing I've seen so far except a million squirrels, but that was crazy. Whoa. Also, I forgot to mention, I threw out that apple. After I ate it, I threw it out the blind. And that's probably what he smelled. I don't know.
From a distance, a black bear comes running straight toward her. It starts sniffing around her tent, getting closer and closer, until it's literally nose to nose with her. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, the bear suddenly bolts off into the woods. Heidi was left in total shock, and honestly, who wouldn't be? One wrong move, and this encounter could have ended in a completely different way. Luckily, she made it out unharmed, and still continues to share her adventures to this day. On May 12th, 2024, YouTuber Creepy Outdoors uploaded a chilling piece of content to his channel. His channel is all about camping alone in eerie forests. Not to make scary content, but simply to relax and unwind. Over time, he's gathered a loyal fan base who follow his quiet adventures closely. Most of the time, he doesn't get scared easily. He rarely even talks much in his videos. But in this particular upload, things felt different.
Just gotta make a fire. I feel a lot better when I got a fire going. What the hell is that? This is a decent spot. I'm gonna go gather some wood I'm gonna make a little fire, have a nice beer. I heard something cracking in the woods. Now, if you live in Canada, when you hear something cracking, a branch cracking, it doesn't usually mean a small animal. It's usually a deer, a bear, anything of that sort. So it should never be taken lightly when you hear a branch breaking. All right, I'm gonna gather some wood. I'll see you guys then.
It's clear that he isn't as calm as usual, almost as if he senses he's not alone. Still, he keeps going as he begins to make his fire. That's when things suddenly take a much darker turn.
What was that? Hello? I'm not afraid of this fire spreading because there's wetness everywhere. I'm just gonna do a 360 around camp because... Hello? Now, a fire like this will go out easily if you don't maintain it. Important to find broken trees like this. Even if they're wet, the heat of the fire will burn it. As long as you got your birch and a bit of dry something you can bring in the forest, you're fine. I'm a little worried about the sounds I heard earlier. I almost wish it was an animal, because the idea of somebody around my camp, it's a little creepy. I gotta go real quick. Should have grabbed some more, but I really want to show a demonstration. Anything that's dead. What? Hello? What the fuck is going on? Crap. Hello? I better get some more branches. I don't like what I'm hearing. The bigger my fire, if there's a deer or something or a bear around, the fire should scare it.
Out of nowhere, loud, snapping branches can be heard nearby. Clearly unnerved, he tries to make his fire bigger, hoping to scare off whatever or whoever might be lurking in the forest. Eventually, the sounds fade, and the rest of his night is quiet. But honestly, I can't stop wondering what exactly was out there that evening. On March 16th, 2025, YouTuber The Snowblind uploaded a video that left viewers both disturbed and confused. Normally, his channel is all about scenic travels and calm adventures, but this time, he decided to revisit a cave he'd explored years ago, after hearing some pretty unsettling things about it. And what he found inside was something he could never have prepared for.
It took me about 10 minutes to find this cave, actually. I didn't remember that the mouth of the cave is actually larger than I remembered. I thought it was a lot much smaller, but I can already see back there why I don't like this cave. Because what I see back there creeps me out. A lot of water is dripping down from the ceiling. It's a limestone cave, and I can see remnants of the ice statues that formed during the cold times. Now everything is melting. I think this cave goes about 50 meters back there, but let's get moving. There is just a random chair back there. If I was here first time and randomly found this place, I would run the other way if I saw this. Who would want to come here and just sit around, enjoy the scenery? Like, I don't know about you, but I don't like sitting here. There are some candles here, but unfortunately I don't have any light to light this place up, because I can imagine that if I could create a warmer light in here, this place might feel a little bit more friendly or welcoming.
Inside the cave, you can see strange flags hanging up, and even what looks like an altar. At first, he's just curious, but the deeper he looks, the more disturbing it becomes.
And it looks like it's a Buddhist altar or something, and there's a lot of random stuff in here. Maybe some rituals are performed in this place. Fake flowers, some very nasty bottle with some liquids. I don't want to even touch it. Holy shit, it's a rat in there. Oh, it's disgusting, what the f***. Okay, that's really nasty. That is extremely nasty. Who are these people who come here? Other than that...
On the altar, a rat stuffed into a plastic bottle, left to decompose. You can tell by his reaction he's shaken. And honestly, who wouldn't be? For the rest of the video, he keeps looking around, clearly on edge, until finally he decides to get out of there. In the end, he leaves with more questions than answers. And honestly, so did I. What do you think was going on in this cave? Some kind of ritual? Or maybe something even darker? On March 20th, 2025, camping YouTuber Sort of Interesting uploaded a piece of content that left him, and many others, deeply disturbed. Dan, the uploader, usually never runs into trouble while camping. He isn't the type to stage things for views. He just enjoys the peace that nature brings. But in this particular upload, even Dan was left startled.
How good is this little area here? Nice and open, a good amount of flat space, only a few little stones dotted around, but most importantly for somewhere that there's an unbelievable amount of people walking around. Even now, it's nicely sheltered, especially well hidden and camouflaged when you come down to waist height and below. You've got a lot of good trees growing and a lot of downed wood. I swear 2 people have already been within very close proximity. I don't think they've seen me, because why would they? Who would even look in here for someone? But I'm being very, very cautious.
After finding a spot, he headed down to the riverside to relax and eat dinner before nightfall. But as the sun set, he returned to set up his bivvy for the night.
This moment of setting up somewhere to sleep is the absolute epitome and perfect illustration of everything I love about wild camping and just being outdoors in general. So this is my bivvy setup. Because I can't afford a proper sleeping bag, I've found a really old cheap envelope bag to go over my really cheap old mummy bag. I've got my inflatable pillow and we've got an inflatable mat beneath us. I'm hoping the ground isn't going to be too hard and there's going to be nothing particularly sharp beneath all that. I can't believe how still the air is around here. I know we've got a bit of the road noise in the background, but that won't last forever, and it's actually a really nice spot, to be honest. Now that I can't hear footsteps every 2 seconds, it's wonderful.
Once inside, Dan tried to get some sleep, but it wasn't long before he was woken up by something unexpected.
Okay, friends, there is definitely somebody about here. Yeah. So you might be able to see there is somebody walking towards us. Okay, things have gone a little bit wrong at the moment, but I'm still quite upbeat about the situation. Nothing serious, but quite comical. So I thought I'd go out and have a look what was going on around in the main walking area, because there were a few torches going by and there'd been some noises and rustling in the woodland that I didn't think anybody would be in. So I thought I'll go out and just have a nose around. So you might have seen that little glimpse of lights that were heading towards me. As I was focused on them way across a field or two, I almost jumped out of my skin because a dog walker came down behind me. So in a bit of a panic to make sure they didn't think that I was milling around in that particular area, I had to immediately start walking in the exact opposite way of the bivvy. So what I don't like about this situation is I've got my electronics and my cooking stuff with me, but all of the sleeping bags, the bivvy, the air mattress is all out there on its own, which I don't think it's in any danger, but I would rather be with it than separated with people out and about in the area.
In the distance, torches could be seen moving across a field near his camp. Dan, clearly unsettled, decided to leave his bivvy behind and slip back toward the main trail. After some time, he cautiously returned, hoping the strangers had moved on. But it didn't end there.
I'm being spotted. Right, I'm trying to keep calm and keeping calm. I'm almost too scared to breathe here. I think a dog or something just came in. I was half asleep when, with no prior torchlight, a lot of animal-like rustling broke out. Then suddenly in the darkness, a loud crack sound really woke me with a start. Oh, that's right, they're looking straight at me. Right, I'm trying not to panic. Hello? Right, I'm just going to use the phone light now, and I'm just going. They haven't been about, I haven't seen a single light now for maybe 5-10 minutes. I don't even know. I've been just trying to keep as calm as possible, but when they walked off and the light went out, I don't even know which direction they were, but somewhere in that direction. I'll forget it, let's just go. Right, I'll use the phone now. I'll keep the phone recording just in case anything else happens, and I'll use it as my only light. Right, I need some glasses. Oh, there they are, flipping heck. Nearly got crushed. If this was somebody who was just trying to scare me and just mess with me a little bit, then it was a stroke of absolute genius to not respond to my hello and simply turn their light out, because that set my mind racing into every possibility of where they might be. The only thing I knew for certain was that they hadn't entered the woodland, because there were so many dried leaves and sticks it would be impossible for them to move silently around me. However, not knowing where they were or where they'd gone, I thought the only sensible choice is to clear off. In hindsight, the fact that I didn't hear any voices before or after suggests it was definitely only one person out there. However, at the time, my main concern wasn't so much that they were out there waiting to get me now, but that they may return in the small hours, and there may be more of them coming to see if I've got anything worth stealing. Which, to be fair, I haven't. You can see I had to put my head torch on as well in the end, because although the footage makes it look really bright with just the phone light, it was actually unbelievably dark, and that's one of the things that makes these moments all the more terrifying when you're out there experiencing them in real time.
Once again, Dan was disturbed in the middle of the night. Luckily, he made it out unharmed. But just like him, we don't know who those people were, or what their true intentions might have been. This video shows that even when you think you're well hidden on a stealth camp, you never really know who could be watching. Not disturbed? Check out this next video on screen if you dare. By the Curb is a YouTuber known for his van life and travel adventures. Most of the time, his videos are filled with exciting trips and peaceful nights on the road. But in this particular upload, what started as just another night turned into a nightmare. He's been living out of his van for 2 years, and in all that time, he never had a scary encounter. He always told himself this kind of thing would never happen to him. But parked down a quiet road somewhere in the UK, that all changed.
And you see a on the front, his father was a Briton. His father, his grandfather, was a Briton, and I'm the back. Did not work no one. I'm not the third door. I'm not the private rig. I'm not a Hurst is an English footballer. And now Reaper, do you know what it means? You see when you put on the dead people who you're supposed to love. Constant, I haven't heard the fun. I've got a new modern technology. You've got fucking stuff like this on there. You're a camera on, you're shutting out all that.
So I've got some nutter shouting outside van. Look at my shoes on.
can't stop. And then it's really feeling like I can't get rid of this one. I got some fucking steak. There's some fucking whiskey or something. Look how you put through your fucking way down to get it up. You want to do?
It's still here, look. It's coming back. So I'm just hoping that it'll get fed up and bugger off.
You can hear him panting, clearly shaken by what's happening outside his van. Still, he manages to keep his composure and not give in to the man, who was acting completely out of his mind. Eventually, the stranger backs off, disappearing into the night. What his true intentions were, or what he wanted, we may never know. But honestly, this just shows that when you're living alone on the road, you never really know who might come knocking.